Hello, Aries. This is a weekly reading for the week of September 19th to the 25th for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus cross watchers. You are welcome here as well. Keep in mind, time is fluid, so if you come across this video at a later point in time, that is when you were meant to see it. The timeline is completely based on choices and decisions we make every single day that put us on differing timelines. Also, I have gone ahead and pre-shuffled the cards, cleansed and meditated in the space, so we should be ready to go. I'll do a 9-card spread, 3 past, present, and future, and I will use clarifiers and oracle cards towards the end. Be aware there are scammers out there. Do not be scammed by them. YouTube is the only platform that I do anything on, so you will not find me on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. If you do want a personal reading, I'll never reach out to you for one. You can get that information in the description box below this video. All right, on that note, let's get this going. All right, for the past energy, we have the 8 of Cups, the Lovers. Sorry, I was drawn to something there. I'll come back to that. 5 of Pentacles. Current energy, 6 of Swords, 7 of Cups, and Ace of Wands. Future energy is the Empress, the 9 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. Overall energy is the 7 of Swords. Okay, Aries. So it would appear this is primarily love. Keep in mind, even though it relates to some people's love life, if your focus is more on your career, or you can relate this to your career or your home or your finances, please do so. When I do say love, it can be love of many sorts. So it could be a parent with children. So, love can be family relationships. It can be coworkers. It can be your friends. So relate it to the certain, situation that fits for you. Now, what I'm saying is, in your overall energy, we have a 7 of Swords, and in the center we have a 7 of Cups. So you have 2 sevens. That is definitely the divine keeping an eye on you, so to speak. So the higher source, God, divine, whatever you want to refer to it as, is basically watching what kind of decisions you're going to make right now. You're kind of in this testing field. So you have plenty of options sitting in front of you. Keep in mind, something underhanded and sneaky is going on. And I really think you're being tested to see if you'll make the right choice. For example, when we fall in love, the phrase love is blind really comes to mind, because we don't want to see some of the outside factors. We just want to have that feeling. And if we have to put a logical mindset to it and push the heart aside for a little bit to really look at what's in front of us, it might not really be love on both ends. So some of you could definitely be in a situation, if it's work, a job you're unsatisfied with, or a job that you feel maybe you need and it's financially supportive, but there's something there where you're not supposed to be there, that you are supposed to probably venture out and do something else. This could be in any type of relationship that you're into. Maybe you're in a friendship or you're tolerating too much, and this, friend gets on your nerves once in a while, but, love is blind. You're like, okay, let it go. And you're not maybe confronting a certain situation. That's really the core of it. Confrontation. I am seeing in the future there probably will be some confrontation coming from you, and that's granted future advice as well. We're seeing in the past that there was a situation with the 8 of Cups, the Lovers, and the 5 of Pentacles. There was a situation where either you left somebody out or somebody left you out. And in most cases, the vast majority of the vibration is really coming from you walking away, Aries. So you did walk away from something, or you felt emotionally you had to, because you weren't being included in something. Again, friendships, family, this could be where you don't feel like like you're being included in the events or information or whatever is going on. And in a love relationship between boyfriend and girlfriend, we'll say, now keep in mind, this can be you're dating, you're living together, you've been married for a long time, you're engaged, any type of love relationship like that as well. There has been, something that's just has not been sitting well. You may have walked away from this relationship. You may have made a choice to leave somebody else out in the cold and walked away from them and gone off to somebody else as well. There's a few of you that I am feeling that vibration for. So in your current energy, because of this detachment that took place, options have opened up. There's a new creative energy, a zest, a passion for something, and you want something smoother. So there might have been a lot of controversy in this. It does feel like something else has been put on your plate. Career-wise, it would be a new job, maybe where you're living. Now there's a new home or something that has been, put in front of you, and you've decided to move on in some way, shape, or form. Now, for some of you, it could just be mentally that you have moved on. You haven't actually taken the step, but you may be having an affair, for example, on this person, or you're exploring something else to kind of move on to something that you feel is going to benefit better, or you're going to feel better. Out of this, though, there's going to be quarreling, bickering, judgments in a way. You're going to feel beat up about the decisions that you've made, about being so happy in this current situation. Trying to tell people, for example, I moved on because this just felt better. It felt different. That felt stagnant and old. I needed to keep moving. People are going to judge you on that, especially if you were in a long-term relationship, or you maybe made a commitment that now you're not following through with. But you're kind of taking the bull by the horns, and you're saying, listen, I'm creating my own new world. And you're birthing and giving life to something that is more satisfying for you. So let's clarify some of these. For the Eight of Cups, what is this emotional commitment from the past that you've walked away from? Eight of Cups again. You definitely walked away from something, and you did it swiftly. So here we have the Eight of Cups, which I was very drawn to in the very, very beginning of this, because normally with the Eight of Cups, which we can see right here, because we got it in the Rider-Waite, is you see how the person's back is turned, and they're not looking at all of the cups that are full there of love for them. They're saying, nope, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm going away from it. But here you see a reflection where all the cups are kind of bouncing around and she's just walking through them. What she's leaving behind is the memories. It's more of a mental situation that you have removed yourself from versus what feels like physical, and blindly kind of walking into something else, but not fully letting go of all of that. You're letting go of more of the attachment in the mind space. And it's quick. You're doing it with the Knight of Swords very quick, and how do I want to put this? More of a Spirit, help me out here a little bit. Normally with the Knight of Swords, it's swift and quick with words, more of a logic sense. In this particular message, it's not so much with words, it's more you're disengaging mentally and emotionally from it. So you might still actually be attached to this person, but like, for example, if they're having a conversation with you and they're talking, you're not even paying attention to what they're saying. You've disconnected already in that type of way. So you, in some cases, you may not have completely walked away from it. You've had more of a mental disconnect, and you're not there with them when you're with them. If that makes sense. I think most of us have probably all been in that state of mind where we're more with somebody out of what we feel is an obligation, or maybe we're afraid of what we're about to step into, and so we don't want to completely cut those ties, but we mentally escape. Even when we're with them, we're thinking in our minds or with somebody else. And, okay. Wow. So the Lovers, you felt something new walked into your life. So this is kind of a daydreamy state where you've met somebody new, or a new job has come along, or a new best friend. All of a sudden you feel more connected with somebody else than you do your best friend, has been brought into your life, and you feel like it's moving you forward, where what you had or have at home is keeping you stagnant. So you're clearly making a decision that you want to go to this daydreaming space. You want to be with this other person. That's it, if that's resonating with you, definitely like and comment. Let me know kind of what's going on, what has happened, and where your controversy is right now. Also, just a note in here, if you would subscribe, that definitely helps the channel grow and gets the videos out to more people that may actually need to receive this message. So I would appreciate it. On the Five of Pentacles, yeah, this being left out in the cold. Queen of Swords. So you're not fully disconnected to this person, okay? Or, now keep in mind, this shoe could be on the other foot, Aries. This could be happening to you. You could be with somebody that you think is mentally disengaged with you, and they're trying to put logic to this, but there's a lust. They're completely, or they were, keep in mind, this is past energy taking you into the current. They're taking the throne. They're trying to put logic behind so that they can explain to themselves and feel good within themselves about falling for this daydreamy, lusty energy that's out there. Now, we don't necessarily know, if this is you or it's happening to you, Aries, if it's the right decision. Okay, this past energy isn't really telling us anything. We're going to find out more when we get down to the advice here as to what spirit, the Holy Spirit is actually guiding you towards. So the Six of Swords, you're making a decision. So currently you are in this decision space of wanting to walk away from all these demons, this lust, and saying, hey, I want something solid and committed and good. And you're now removing yourself from this daydreamy state, and you're moving into more of a logic-centered state by blindfolding yourself and saying, okay, just using your mind instead of, for example, the eyes. When we're using our eyes combined with our heart, we're going to lust for things. Looks are going to be most important in most cases. You might, have a certain body feature that you look for in somebody, a certain hair color, whether they have hair or not, bald or long hair, short hair, military cut or whatever, those are just examples. But by blindfolding yourself, saying, I'm pushing all of that away, looks don't matter, I'm logically going within, and I'm going to now use my ears to listen. Is this person listening to me? What types of things are they saying to me? And this isn't just in the new person that's coming or the new thing that's coming into your life. You're also focusing on the old as well. What is currently in your life, or the person you're dealing with is doing this. So now they're taking their senses combined with their head and trying to tell their heart what to do. And they're looking for their wish come true. So they're determined, you or them are determined that either the person or the thing you're with is your dream come true, or what's coming into your life is your dream come true, or you're making that determination. Is this really something worth gambling everything on? In this daydreamy, lustful situation that was thrown at you in the past, it appeared to be, we can tell our hearts anything, but now you're stepping more into a not wanting to make a mistake in life. And even though you have plenty of options here, you're thinking, you're still, instead of looking at all of your options, you're focusing more on a mental process. And yet you're being a fool and just, I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm probably going to do this. But part of your options is holding on to what you have. So I can clearly see and feel that in your current energy, you are really struggling with this decision, especially about this love. What are my options in this situation? What direction should I go in? I really want to hold on to everything I have. Now, for some of you, this could be a financial situation where you're not wanting to necessarily leave your current partner because it could cause financial struggle. You could be considered homeless or have to move in with a new person, and you're not sure that person's ready for that kind of commitment. You could have children together and be afraid of child support, or, how are you going to take care of the children? Are the children going to be taken from you? Things like that. These are, especially if you're involved in a super serious relationship, these are, things that come with huge consequences. So you're trying to hold on to everything you have while yet taking a leap of faith in a new direction, where some would call you a fool. But for you, you're seeing it as a moving forward in your life, as if I have to do this. This is my ultimate wish come true. It's, not even just your wish come true. It's like a gift handed to you from heaven, and you can feel it. For some of you, I am feeling kind of, you're like, when you met this person or this job, like it was like this was exactly where you needed to be, but nobody's going to understand it. Like you're the only one who can really understand the direction that you're going in. With the Ace of Wands, your new passion and excitement also comes with options and a new start. So if you are afraid of the financial aspects of this, the cards, Spirit is truly saying you might lose some things. You might have to start over. But right now, you're almost being given a feast, like a huge buffet, okay, of food. And, let's say you have 10 entrees, but you can only choose one. And it's all your favorites. You love everything being put in front of you, but you can only choose one. And you have to find the one that you are most passionate about. That if that was your last meal, what would it be, right? And you're being given an option by the universe, clearly, even with this Ace of Cups, that's, handed to you by God. That I'm not seeing the Hierophant here. Notice that. And I'm also not seeing the High Priestess. And why are we not seeing those cards? Because God's not intervening. He's putting this stuff all in front of you, including, we see Seven of Cups here twice, lots of options. At this point, the divine feels you're ready to make this decision, Aries. You're really at a huge crossroads. As I said, this is a testing field. And in that, the divine knows what's right for you, and the divine knows what you are supposed to do. They're not going to hint to you. They're not going to tell you. They're basically just saying, don't hold on too tight. It's okay to be a fool in the situation. There's a brand new start for you if you do take a financial hit either way. So even if you make the decision right or you make it wrong, you're going to be okay. So that's the beauty of taking a test, is later in life, if you make the wrong decision, you're going to come across it again. And you're going to be able to recall this moment in time and the decision that you made and be like, okay, well, instead of 7 options, let's narrow it down to 6, because it was one of the other 6. I was wrong the first time. So, and every time you go through it, you have one less option until you finally, are left with just the one that you were supposed to pick. So in this test that you are going through right now, the divine is really just saying, I'm leaving it up to you. remove the devil from the situation, the lust, which it looks like you're doing here, or that's what you're supposed to be doing, and you'll make the right decision. You'll choose the right cup. So let's see what this Empress is. What is it that you're creating? Oh, we have the High Priestess. You're creating your connection. So the Empress is, notice how everyone's behind her and trusting her. So this decision that you're making is going to develop into something. It's going to grow. People are going to be inspired by what you do. And at that point, your intuition is going to be ignited. So whatever decision you make, the divine at that point is going to give you the intuition to help you develop something out of it, and then turn your back on the other 6 options that you didn't choose. So you have to make the choice before the Holy Spirit comes in and actually starts guiding you down that path. Because, like I said, for example, there's 7 paths you can choose from. And each one is so different from the other that if the divine was to start telling you what to do, then the divine's making the choice for you. You are at a fabulous crossroads where the universe is saying, you choose. You tell us what direction you want to go, and then we're going to feel your intuition, and people will follow. It's okay. So even though people aren't going to understand in the beginning what you're going through and why you're making these decisions, ultimately they will stand behind you. So don't worry about that in the long run. Well, 9 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. So you've got a lot of clarifying cards coming out on your natural cards. So these 2 cards really represent the same thing. The only thing we're seeing in this one is the guy's jumping for joy. He's what you're getting is something you're going to be, it's like you've been through the thick of it. You've been through the rough stuff. And now this time, you're going to go one more time. You're going to make this decision. Now, if it is to stay with the person that you're with, that means that's okay. Something great is going to come out of it. You know, you're wounded, you're calling a truce, but you're giving it one more try. If it is love in a different direction or a different type of career, maybe you've had 4 or 5 different types of careers. You know, you could have been in finance, you could have been in sales, you could have been in auto mechanics, you could have, done a variety of different things. And then all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm not suited for anything out here. Just none of these careers I'm passionate about. And this next one's going to be it. Okay. So we see he's wounded, but he's not giving up. Okay. You're going to keep going. And people are going to celebrate this. This is a very joyous thing that is going to happen. It's going to bring a lot of joy. Something for people to say, oh, finally, they finally found their niche. This is their thing. Or they finally found their person. You know, wow, I thought they were so meant to be with so-and-so who they were with. But no, wow, look at these 2. These 2 are really in love. They were made for each other type situation. So be prepared for that. And yes, it's going to come with a Tower moment. I saw that coming. When you make this offer in the future, and whether you make the offer or the other person makes the offer to you, it is going to disrupt your home front. Or if you move into another career field, it might not come with as much money. It might come with where you have to invest in more training, or maybe you have to move, things like that. In all those, situations, it's going to be a Tower moment. There's going to be kind of an upset, a huge change. Now, change is not a bad thing. A Tower doesn't mean that, everything completely falls apart. If something does fall apart, it's because it's not right for you at that time, and it has to fall apart so that you can be forced to move in the right direction. And we see this 5 of Wands where, he's holding everybody back because these are all the people going, no, 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 don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Everyone else has the doubt, but in your gut, that's why, the higher spirit is going to fill you with this intuition here with the High Priestess, is because you're going to do something you love. Okay. This is Prince Charming. So once this tower actually happens and all these people are, combative with you and coming at you and not happy with the situation, this love can actually come in. So this new start, so we go from the devil to the Ace of Pentacles to the Knight of Cups. So we remove the lust and the devil out of the situation. We get a brand new grounded beginning, something legit real, that you can hold on to. It can be materialistic, but not naturally. This is something God had planted, a seed planted for you that he's now handing to you. And then it's that love, that offer of love that either you're going to put out there or somebody else's, where you go, man, I just love what I do, or I love this new community that I'm in, or this new person just makes me feel like it's, your knight in shining armor, or wow, she was the princess that you were meant to save, that kind of thing. Our energy here on the Seven of Swords, it's a wish come true. And here we have the higher power. Absolutely. So even though this is sneaky behavior and walking away in the middle of the night, you're doing it, or it's happening to you, because it's a wish come true. Now, also be careful, because this is where we also see the devil energy. This wish can also be an addictive thing. And that's why in your current energy, you're supposed to blindfold yourself to those addictions, those things. So if, for example, this is a new person and you met them in a bar and you find that you keep meeting them in a bar, try to take that element out and see what kind of relationship you have with this person without the alcohol. Okay? That's basically what the overall energy is stating. And you're getting this wish. This is all, these choices and decisions are happening because you asked for it, Aries. Deep down inside, you were discontent about something. So you have asked for this. And the divine has stepped in and said, okay, I'm going to give you a way to do this. As long as you leave something behind, you don't take everything away from somebody. So whoever you're with, don't take everything from them. Leave them with something, to remember you by, so to speak, I guess, kind of thing. Don't be too sneaky. But this whole situation is really being, Seven of Swords is generally not a favorite card of mine. I despise it, especially when it's mixed with the Ten of Swords. But in your case, it's actually a very beneficial card, because it's as if the divine is saying, listen, I'm hearing you. I do think it is time for you, Aries, to have this new beginning that you really want. Just make sure that the opportunity God is giving you, that you don't turn around, because the devil knows what God's doing. And the devil is saying, oh, really? You're going to give this person a choice? Well, this person's human. They're going to mess it up. Okay? And so then the devil immediately jumps in and is going to try to confuse you. So that's where that blindfolded situation about what is your wish come true? What is the ultimate wish that you wanted? Because you need to be able to see that. Is this person, or is this home or community or job, is this really your wish come true? Really evaluate it. Don't just completely go head over heels into something. If you make the right choices and decisions, there's, a lot to, your ships are going to come in, you're going to celebrate, and you're going to be able to offer more love out there to other people. So if you've been discontent with your life and you haven't really been all that happy, and maybe some other people can tell, that's going to change. And people are going to see you riding high on that horse, smiling, offering, showing people what love is. Okay, you could definitely be that example. Soulmates, absolutely, it's your oracle card. So your soulmates with this person that's coming in, or that you're, it's the job meant for you, or the home meant for you, or the community, all of those things. And if you're looking at this from a financial perspective, it's very, very good. You do not have to panic. You're going to be able to hold on to what you have even when you take this leap of faith. You're not going to lose anything by it, okay? And you're also going to get a fresh, new, grounded start in finance, and you're going to be able to celebrate, throw a party. It comes with its risk, but just like love comes with lots of risk. So what's the message they want to tell you? I want you. So you got a soulmate. I want you. This is Aries. This is really beautiful. I think you're kind of afraid. And then here's the flip side of it. The person, if you're with somebody, that person too knows we need to let each other go. So I'm feeling this both ways. Okay. Message coming through is the person you're with, if you're with somebody, knows, or your employer knows that you're just not happy there. And maybe you need to let it go and move on to another job. That's the career aspect of it. Relationship aspect, the person that you're with has an understanding that it's just, things just aren't going anywhere. Not in the right direction for them either. And Aries, I think they're waiting for you to make the choice. This is what they want to say, but they're not saying it. They're waiting for you to make the choice. Now, a lot of times, people don't want to make that decision even though they're feeling it because they don't want to look like the bad guy. So we see this down here with this tower and stuff. You're making the decision, Aries. You're putting a stop to this. And you're making the decision, and so that you're probably going to look like the bad guy, unfortunately. But it's what's needed because there is something else out there that's your soulmate that wants you. The flip side of this, relationship-wise, that I was feeling, and I feel this more so, like 80% more so, that this is the person who wants you, your soulmate. And they're stating, listen, you either choose me or we need to let each other go. They're telling you this, or you're getting this vibe from them, like maybe now they don't seem as invested in you anymore. You're feeling them let go. And it's because they don't want to be in that middle ground anymore. They want to be the choice. So they're waiting for this cup of love that you have to offer. You've gotten the cup back here in the past. God gave it to you so that you could offer it out. And that is your future advice, is to give the cup of love that God has handed you to somebody that is meant for you. So highly recommended that you do that in the near future. Now, with these near future advice cards, keep in mind they can play out anywhere from now through the next month. Usually it's about a week to a month out. So you have about a month to offer up this cup of love. But you'll know when it's right. And the dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, change. Yep, we're seeing this with the tower. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Change is definitely coming. This really falls under the love is blind category. Notice one other thing that I want to point out is the blindfold. Well, it's a bandage, but what Spirit just pointed out to me was the blindfold. So the blindfold on the Two of Swords that we see in your current energy here as a clarifier. So see, she's blindfolded, as I said, removing the lust, removing the attraction physically from something, okay, and using our ears to hear, using our mind to think about the situation. But now, in the near future, we're seeing, Spirit has pointed this out, that the blindfold has been lifted. Now you can see the end result of your choice, okay? And it feels a little wounding, but it's because, not everybody is going to agree with the decisions that you make. Keep in mind, it is your life. These are your decisions. You can't always make everybody happy. And Hand of Cards, take a chance, risk, be strategic, options again. Yes, you are being given so many options right now that, God is basically stating whatever choice you make, it's up to you. And then you're going to be given the intuition on how to go down that path. So I really don't think, Aries, there's a wrong choice in this. Whether it's kind of stay or go. Love is blind, stay or go. You can't go wrong. Either way, the divine is just stating, I'm going to give you this cup of love. You choose. Do you want to give it to who you're with now? Do you want to give it to somebody else? So you're being put in the driver's seat. God's giving you the full power. That's about all I have for you. If you do resonate with any of this, put it in the comments, and I would love to chat with you. Also, If you want to like and subscribe, that definitely helps the channel grow so that more people can get to the videos, and then these messages can get out to somebody who may actually need to hear this at this point in time. Okay, on that note, we will see you next week. All right, love you, Aries. Bye.